Live from the Plymouth Canton Educational Park.
You're listening to Newsfile at 5:30 on 88.1 The Park.
I'm Andy, and in tonight's news, P-CCS wants to help parents help with homework and a run to raise Agent Orange awareness.
Now, for the latest news that matters in your community.
Families with middle school students can get tips on helping with homework this month when the P-CCS Department of Student and Family Engagement hosts the Homework 101 Family Academy. Sessions will teach parents effective ways to help students be more confident in their homework. Topics will include at-home strategies, the latest homework research, and more. P-CCS Student, Family, and Engagement Specialist Eric Stamper says the Academy will help families create a more organized homework experience for their children.
I think this is important for families who are looking to establish routines at home in order to help their child be more successful and establish positive relationships with school and homework and overall success.
Homework 101 Family Academy sessions will take place on Tuesday, September 19th. Session A will take place from 10 to 11 a.m. at the Canton Public Library, and Session B will take place from 6 to 7 p.m. at the Pioneer Media Center. The same information will be presented at both sessions. More information is available at pccsk12.com.
You have the chance to run to help support veterans later this month after the annual Agent Orange Awareness 5K announced a rescheduled race day. The race's goal is to raise awareness of the lingering effects of Agent Orange and will help support veterans by raising funds for the Veterans Dormitory at Canton's Village Arts Factory. In addition to the 5K, a fun run will be held before the race. This year's race was postponed from August 26th after severe weather damaged the area around the factory. Event organizer Monica Viola says the funds raised give the veterans the help they need.
They have a veterans dormitory on their campus that houses veterans coming back from being deployed and helps them transition back. And I wanted to do something in the community that would really help our veterans, help gain exposure for all the great programs at the Village Arts Factory, and be something fun to bring the community together.
The 5K will take place Saturday, September 30th, beginning at 9 a.m. at the Village Arts Factory and going throughout Cherry Hills Village. To register, visit villageartsfactory.com.
Mitt Romney's retirement tops our look at world and national news tonight. A Republican U.S. Senate seat will be up for grabs in 2024. Utah Senator Mitt Romney told the Washington Post he will not seek a second term. The 76-year-old said age was a factor in his decision. Inflation is rising. New data reveals the Consumer Price Index increased 3.7%, up from 3.2% in July. The CPI is the best measure of inflation, measuring consumer prices of anything from groceries to gas. A strike that could result in billions of dollars in losses has until tomorrow to be averted. The 140,000-member United Auto Workers Union voted to strike against Detroit's Big Three automakers if the companies don't meet demands on wage increases, pensions, and job protections. The UAW set tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. as the deadline. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby is responding to criticism over a U.S. prisoner swap with Iran. Republicans are saying the deal amounts to President Biden paying a ransom to a world state sponsor of terrorism. Kirby argued that Tehran is only getting access to its own oil revenue the U.S. had frozen, and there will be rigid restrictions on the Iranians' ability to use the money. The attorney for rape survivor and activist Brenda Tracy says she was not going to go public with her sexual harassment allegations against Michigan State University football coach Mel Tucker. In a statement, the lawyer says she only went public due to her identity being revealed. Tucker has been suspended without pay. He says their relationship was consensual, while Tracy disagrees. For Newsfile at 5:30, I'm Andy McLaren. Your look at campus news is next.
With information coming at you from what seems like everywhere these days, it can be hard to find a source that focuses on information from your community. That's where 88.1 The Park comes in. Join us for Community Focus, where we shine a spotlight on the people and organizations that make Plymouth and Canton great. From chats with community leaders to information on latest events, we share the stories that matter to you every Wednesday after Newsfile at 5:30. You can also find Community Focus on Spotify and on the podcast page at 881thepark.com. Come along as we discover the heart and soul of our community.
Community Focus is brought to you by the Crum Agency of Plymouth, MEMIC Insurance Agents.
Your place for Plymouth Canton Community Schools updates.
It's campus news.
In campus news, the Plymouth Canton Community Schools family is mourning the loss of longtime West Middle School teacher and tennis coach for Plymouth and Salem High Schools. Bill Nelson, who passed away September 8th. The community is invited to a memorial service to celebrate Bill's life, which will be held in the Salem cafeteria on Saturday, September 16th from 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. The Plymouth High School soccer team will host their annual Pink Out fundraiser on Tuesday, September 19th, as the Wildcats take on the Salem Rocks. The game will support Rosemary Lutz, who lives in our community and is currently battling breast cancer and severe medical complications. Each year for the over 40 years, a group of students from the park has traveled to Washington, D.C. for the week-long close-up trip. This year's close-up trip will take place from February 18th to February 23rd, 2024. Anyone interested in the trip should attend an informational meeting for students and parents tonight at 7 p.m. via Zoom. More information is available on the PCEP page of PCCSK12.com. For Campus News, I'm Brody Klein. Your look at sports is next.
PCEP students can get an early start on a career in media. Audition for the staff of 88.1 The Park, one of the top high school radio stations in the country. You can do sports play-by-play or work behind the microphone as a DJ. There are also opportunities for students to work behind the scenes on the station's promotion staff, and you'll get to try your hand at news writing and reporting. An online audition application is available at 881thepark.com. Applications are due by Friday, September 29th. You can also learn more about the station at a pre-audition Zoom meeting on Wednesday, September 20th at 7 p.m. This message is brought to you by 88.1 The Park, Plymouth and Canton's hit music.
Football, baseball, basketball, hockey.
It's time for Newsfile at 5:30 Sports.
Plymouth Tennis earned another victory in the KLAA by taking down hometown rival Canton by a score of 7-2. Earning emphatic wins were one singles Ben Fernandez by a score of 6-0, 6-0, two singles Arav Dalal by a score of 6-1, 6-1, and four singles Ryan Bellinger with a score of 6-0, 6-0. The doubles fights were fairly close, but Plymouth prevailed in all but one doubles. The other lone loss came at three singles, where Pawan Ramayanam rushed out to a first set win 6-1, but then suffered a terrible calf cramp and had to retire. Canton's next game is Thursday against Salem, and Plymouth will take on Brighton. In PCEP soccer, Salem shut out park rival Canton 1-0 last night. Brian Baker netted the lone goal for Salem, and Tommy Varish got the shutout. And the Plymouth Wildcats got a late second-half goal and came away with a 1-1 tie against Brighton. Alex Lang served up the go-ahead run in the top of the 10th inning as the Tigers lost to the Reds 6-5 at Comerica Park. Andy Ibanez homered and drove in two for Detroit, which had won its previous two. Lang fell to 6-4 with the loss. The Tigers and Reds resume their three-game interleague series tonight at Comerica Park. Eduardo Rodriguez will get the start for Detroit. The Lions are back to work preparing for their home opener this Sunday against the Seattle Seahawks. Detroit will play its next two games at home. The Lions opened up the year with a 21-20 win in Kansas City. Michigan State interim head football coach Harlan Bennett appreciates the opportunity to lead the program. Garnett spoke to media yesterday, saying it's always been his dream to be the head coach, just not under these circumstances. Barnett will serve as the interim coach while MSU investigates sexual assault allegations against head coach Mel Tucker. The 2-0 Spartans host 8th-ranked Washington this Saturday. Second-ranked Michigan continues to gear up for its clash with Bowling Green on Saturday in Ann Arbor. The Wolverines are 2-0 to begin the season following blowout wins over East Carolina and UNLV. For Sports News, I'm Andy McLaren. Your look at traffic and weather is next.
From M14 to I-94.
Your look at traffic starts now.
The I-275 construction project continues to slow down traffic throughout the Plymouth-Canton area. The freeway is down to 2 lanes between M14 and I-94. That's all for traffic. Your look at weather is next.
88.1 The Park with your local weather forecast.
We'll have clear skies tonight with a low of 48. Tomorrow will be pleasant with partly sunny skies and a high of 69. Right now in Plymouth Canton, it's 64 degrees under partly cloudy skies. On your source for the best local news, 88.1 The Park. For Brody, I'm Andy on Newsfile at 5:30. Stick around. Community Focus is next, followed by K-Poppin' at 6, and Plymouth and Canton's hit music at 7.